This is Wayne from Hiking and Camping for UK Adventurers, and this is our first look at the MSR Windboiler. Never used one of these before. We've used some of the alternatives so we know what it competes against, and first thoughts are very, very impressive.
So I'll break down the different components and then we'll talk about them in a bit more detail. First of all, you get quite a big cup. The great thing about that is it's got measurements on the side, which is good, so you know how much water you're putting in your dehydrated meals, for instance. Of course, it protects the heat exchanger system there, which is vital. And the other good thing about it is the lid fits on the cup, and the cup itself has got a pouring spout there and also a drainer there, so if you've got noodles or pasta or whatever. And then of course there's the burner mechanism. Now this is just packed full of features. Starting from the bottom, I really like the way the regulator handle here folds up nice and neatly into the bottom there. That's not always the case with some of these personal stoves, so that's good. It's also got this hand guard here that you can see around the edge. So when this thing's been heating your water, you want to disconnect it from the gas canister. You don't run the risk of burning yourself against the actual stove. So just a little bit further up you can see where this is ventilated here, and what that's for is purely to let as much air in as possible to obviously fuel the burner. It's, of course, all of this is about protecting the actual burn itself, but that part there just lets air in, loads of it, as you can see. And then you've got this ring around the top which adds to the way this is all encapsulated, and then the burner itself. It's quite a wide burner. What we'll do in a second is spark it up and you'll be able to see it in action. It'd be quite good to show you exactly how this burns. It's a little bit different to some of those that you might own or that you may have tried before. You know, some of the alternatives that are on the market. It doesn't have a piezo. Those are a bit hit and miss anyway, and generally you'll have a backup fire starter of one type or another. In this case I've got a lighter. It's probably not as aggressive as well as some of the alternatives on the market. We've actually reviewed one of the others. You might want to have a look at that just to see how we got on. It's probably not as aggressive as that, but the whole way that this has been designed is such that it doesn't need to be. It's well shielded from wind, as you can see. The cup would just sit on here. This is the hand guard here, so you can hold it without too much fear of burning your hands. There is a wind rustling through the tent at the moment. You can see it is being effective. But it's still keeping the burn going quite efficiently. So the radiant burner part of the stove just protects the efficient burn, if you like, so that if there is any wind rustling around, it still continues its burn. You can see now I haven't turned it up. This is just it actually firing on all cylinders, if you like. Yeah, but the whole residual burn means that, you know, it's consistent. But as you can see from that, it's pretty, you can see the wind blowing. It's still not affected. But if you can imagine, when you actually put the cup on, it gets that added protection. So it's even less likely that it's going to blow out.
We'd like to thank Cascade Designs for providing us with this item to review. A link to this product on their website can be found in the description below.